Okay, I tried doing this last night and the camera kept freezing. Wirecast kept freezing up. Gotta love Wirecast. It's good. I really just use it for the lower third, just so that I can put the lower third up. But I don't really know why I use it. Do I really need to? Well, I'm using it right now. Today is Wednesday, August 19th, 2021. And this is like my captain's log. I mean, definitely feels like I'm in a spaceship in here, which I love. It was 100% by design because I feel like I'm about to launch. And that's exciting. And today was the first day on my own where I am my own boss. And I started that day by working all fucking day and I haven't taken a shower. And it's 7:20 p.m. and I haven't left and I haven't really seen the kids that much today. But I am building something. And sometimes you just have to work a little bit harder sometimes when you're building something. And in my case, I'm building like a few things. I have a few projects and I have a few people that I'm working on with those projects already. So these are the projects that I had going on while I was working at Google. So now I just don't have Google, but at Google I had like a bunch of projects. But suddenly, so even though I had money coming in, the camera still seems to be working, so that's good. Even though I had money coming in, you never know. With clients, you never know. It's feast or famine, right? Isn't that what people say? Feast or famine, feast or famine. So having Google as a constant full-time gig meant that I was able to continue to be the breadwinner for my family of 5. So, of course it was the right thing to do. But I had my company was just kind of growing without me even trying. And that's awesome. And when you get, I don't know what the quote is, but I know the truth of it is that luck comes to those that work hard. The more you try, the luckier you get, because at some point the odds are just in your favor. And I believe that when you get lucky, you got to use it. It's like lightning, it's lightning. And I feel like at this point of my life, the power that I have as a filmmaker, the communication power, the fact that I am a media powerhouse, like through my company, hundreds of videos go through, and when I was at Google, it was thousands. I was responsible for thousands of them. So I know how to make content. So who am I making content for is the big question. What agenda am I pushing with my work? And those were the questions I was asking myself last year when I was seeing my freedoms being taken away slowly. And I'm not saying that everybody took away my freedoms, but some people just kind of stood by and watched it happen. And I started speaking up. Like, no, I believe in this country and I believe in the Constitution and I believe in the American dream and I believe that we're not racist and I believe that if you work hard, you can make it, because I'm a Latina fucking college dropout and I worked at Google and I have a very successful company. But you know what? It's 7:23 and I started working at 9 and I'm not done. So I believe that this land rewards the people that work hard. And so I feel very fired up. And I believe that anybody that stood in the way of our freedom, well, I don't really want to work with them. I don't really want to hang out with them. And I believe that there are new decentralized ways of doing things. And I am learning from the right people that have actually come out of retirement to do something about what is happening and the censorship that is occurring today, thanks to big tech. And I don't think that coming from big tech, I love people in big tech. I love what big tech is doing. I think that certain things, the government interfered a little too much. And I believe that some people's hands were forced. I really want to believe that it's that benign, But censorship is happening. And I believe that it's not just censorship in terms of big tech or the government. We're canceling each other for speaking our minds. So we've actually forgotten how to conduct intelligent debates. Everything is a fight. Everything is I'm right and you're wrong. And, it's important to, and then what's happening is that well, then let's not fight. Let's not fight. Let's not fight. I don't want to be that person. Let's not fight. And man, I don't think we need to fight, but I think that the conversation should be had. And I believe that anybody that discourages discourse, that discourages conversation and communication and new ideas and thoughts, and then not only does that, but gaslights them and manipulates the truth in order to put out a different story, man, you start really doubting what their intentions are. What are the intentions? And with the internet now and the blockchain and the metaverse and decentralization and crypto, we don't have to put up with it anymore. So I am very happy and excited right now to see what is going to happen next. And today I had some really cool meetings with some really cool projects that I'm working on right now. And a lot of really, really smart people are going for freedom, which is awesome. And it really took me speaking up about my rights and really just saying, let's talk. I am mature enough to have a conversation. I did Model UN when I was in school. I have friends that I disagree with all the time, but I've learned to not cast them aside because they're socialist, you know who I'm talking about. We disagree, but we agree. Our methods may disagree, but we agree on certain key values, certain core values. And I believe that the reason why we can agree on those core values, these particular friends of mine and I, is because we've engaged in proper discourse about them. We've had a good heated conversation about it even, but a conversation of respect, a conversation of questions, an actual conversation. So you're listening and you're communicating. These were things that were taught to us in school to communicate with each other like adults, like scholars. And Facebook turns us all into monkeys. It's a dumb fucking monkeys, man, where everybody can just say whatever when they're drunk at home, It's like, and it's like, no, dude, that's not how you discuss things. But what forums do we have left to discuss these things? And then when platforms like YouTube are taking stuff out, it's a little bit concerning because I want to hear what everybody has to say. And when they start censoring your people, your friends that are professionals, that are amazing people, when they start censoring those people, you start really thinking, why? Why is this happening? Why just can't be a coincidence, So today is my first day as my own boss, completely self-employed. I have taken the risk. I have cut the cord, and I have to say it's freeing because I would have this conversation with my friends at Google and my friends at YouTube. I am not like, oh, I don't work there anymore, so screw you guys. No, I am saying we need to do better. Let's do better. Let's have these conversations. How do we change our platforms to make them work? How do we create new platforms? How do we have the engineers of the legacy companies move over to the new companies? No, look, we're going to disagree on some things. We're going to disagree on them, and that's okay. That's actually a part of the professional fucking world. And I have found that the more professional and the more, successful the person that I'm working with is, the more open-minded they are to not having to agree with you on everything because they understand that you bring enough value to make the other part not, irrelevant. So I encourage you to be free and to speak your mind. whatever that is. And just because we can speak our minds doesn't give us the license to be mean. And that's where your morals come in. And that's where I hope that you were raised by a good mother that would be proud of how you treated that other human being that fucking day. So I know the way that I raise my children. I know that there is a role of the mother in the house, somebody that lays down the law and says respect. And I hope that you were raised by a mother like that. And I'm pretty sure that you did. So I believe that if we can speak to each other with respect, let's talk, let's open it up. Let's figure out how to create proper discourse. It's going to happen online. It's going to happen in media. It's going to be Zoom conversations. It's going to be whatever, we're going to have to figure it out. And I'm not losing hope. I don't think this is us versus them. I believe that there's all of us everywhere. And we need to figure out together, how do we move forward in a way that really does follow science, that does follow tech, that does follow what we've accomplished. Technology has been great. Let's continue to use it for good. And I know it got complicated. Suddenly the whole world was online and shit got scary. There was a reason why things needed to be taken out from YouTube. So I don't think that I know everything. I think that tech was early, things they did what they could, So now we see how a few bad apples can enter and dominate the conversation. And, that's something that we also didn't anticipate, just like we didn't anticipate the beheading videos and that kind of stuff on YouTube. So I think that we're all saying the same thing. And unfortunately, because they're having us fight about details, we are then not communicating about what matters. And I do believe that your freedom to speak is important, even if some people use it in a very ignorant way. I do believe that it's still their right to use it. And, I'm losing steam. I am tired. I have been awake for a long time. Again, I haven't showered. I need to take a bath, which will be so nice. But first, I would play with the kids. I just wanted to leave a log of my first day self-employed and not feeling afraid to speak. And I will be speaking more. I will be using what I believe is my right that I'm happy to have, that I know that these platforms don't truly want to censor. I want to believe that. And I want to believe that my network is smart enough that we can engage in an active discourse, because some things in life are a little bit more complicated, and they're not just like a like or a dislike, or an angry comment. Some things you need to talk about. And I think we're at that point. So as my first day as a self-employed person, I took meetings with clients that are like-minded, clients that are fighting for the same things that I'm fighting for, people that are just wanting to have, or they're just wanting to have fun, Like, I feel like I was afraid to speak up because what if I lose friends? What if I lose clients? But I decided to speak up anyway. And turns out I have even better friends and better clients because we agree on some core things. So it worked out pretty well, actually, to speak my mind. And, maybe, and that's good. There's community for all of us. So when you speak your mind, you might ruffle a few feathers. I might not like what you say. I might unfollow you, but you'll find other people of your community that you can talk about that kind of hatred with. So anyway, I am excited. It is a mixed bag. I am like my first day out, and I am faced with an executive order that because I'm not vaccinated, I can't go into places. And I'm like, oh, wow. So I feel like now is the time to use my voice, and I'm excited to bring you along.